Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. Today is the Godzilla vs. Kong Day. Well, by the time you see this, I'd probably have already watched Godzilla vs. Kong, so please check out my review for that, my first reaction or review. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that movie until tonight. My kid can't wait to see it. It's like, when is it 9 o'clock, Dad? And I'm like, well, in a few more hours. So hopefully we get to definitely check that out, and we will, and see what we think about Godzilla versus Kong. All right. Well, the first things first, though, I have to thank my newest members of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Thank you to Tarjay the Man. Thank you so much for joining as a new member of the Ping Pong Flix Show, and also thanks to all the members and subscribers today. Thank you very much. All right, well, let's get into the first topic of the day. The first topic of the day is something that came out 5 days ago, but because of all the Zack Snyder's Justice League stuff, it kind of got buried. But Ghost of Tsushima is getting a movie! Ghost of Tsushima! A Ghost of Tsushima movie is in the works from Sony Pictures, and John Wick director Chad Stahelski is attached to helm, along with Sucker Punch's Peter Kang serving as an executive producer. This is awesome. This is great. This is fantastic. I love Ghost of Tsushima. I played the whole thing. It's so much fun. It's a great video game at that. I think it could definitely condense into a movie, because a lot of it's exploration, a lot of it's doing like these multiple quests and do your own missions, and getting a lot of stuff, you know, chopping up bamboos and stuff like that to get more skills and things like that. So a lot of that was more gameplay than actual cinematics, but when you bring down the story, I guess it could definitely make a movie out of it, and which would be exciting. But anything to have another samurai movie would be really cool, and hopefully, I'm just really excited for this. I don't know how it's going to be. Are they going to make it colorful? It's probably going to be colorful. I don't think they're going to do it. You know what would be cool? Just like the game, right? They do the colorful movie edition, and then they'll do the like the Justice is Gray edition, right? The Akira Kurosawa edition, the cinema edition that you can actually do in the video game as well. Imagine them doing that for the actual movie. You get two versions of it. Now I'm thinking too far ahead about this thing, but Ghost of Tsushima movie in the works. I'm really excited for this. Absolutely love the video games. I love samurai movies. This is just everything I've ever wanted. So yes, more to this. Hopefully it's a good one. If it does turn out good, which I don't think they could go wrong, but then again, video game adaptations, yeah. But hey, there are still some good ones out there, like the first Mortal Kombat movie. I still think that was one of the best, maybe even the best video game adaptation that has ever had so far. But, you know, I can't wait to see more of it. And I think Ghost of Tsushima could definitely work towards that. Speaking of video game adaptations, Mortal Kombat is another movie that is coming out. And unfortunately, it's been pushed back. According to Aaron Couch, I think this guy from The Hollywood Reporter. Yep, The Hollywood Reporter. Mortal Kombat movie is pushed back to April 23rd per, The Hollywood Reporter. That's about a week. Now, you're probably wondering, why did it do that? And I think, and I'm just guessing, and I think other people have guessed as well, is that it will be coming on HBO Max a straight month after Zack Snyder's Justice League. Because if it came out on the 16th, you could pretty much just pay for 1 month of HBO Max, and you would have got Zack Snyder's Justice League and Godzilla vs. Kong, and then Mortal Kombat covered all in that 1 month subscription. But maybe this is their way. It's like, well, we're going to kind of hold on to people if they weren't going to leave, right? And so they extended it, so the April 23rd, you have to pay for another month of HBO Max in order to watch that. I think. I don't know, but I'd still think, continue holding on to the subscription anyway. There's more stuff down in the pipeline, and it really certainly will show that you're very much intrigued and, have a lot of faith in HBO Max. And hopefully, continuing the Snyderverse, if you will, I think it will go for a long way. But Mortal Kombat is delayed till the 23rd. All right, speaking about restore the Snyderverse, let's talk about Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad, but David Ayer's Suicide Squad. And for a lot of people, that's the Suicide Squad. But the first Suicide Squad. David Ayer hopes his Suicide Squad cut can see the light of day. It scared the shit out of the executives. So, amazingly, this is for the first time he's actually being interviewed by a sort of a trade, entertainment site, and he's getting his full quote and comments today. So, definitely released the Ayer cut today was pretty good. David Ayer has hope for his Suicide Squad cut after Zack Snyder's Justice League. I made an amazing movie. No one could have ever imagined that Zack Snyder's Justice League would actually happen. Not even Snyder himself. But after the director's early exit from the original Justice League production due to a family tragedy, controversial reshoots by Joss Whedon, a thud of an opening, and years of release the Snyder Cut, the impossible became both a reality and a success for Snyder. Warner Brothers and HBO Max. So could this be phenomenon become a trend? Suicide Squad director David Ayer would like to hope so. I think the studios see now that there can be canon. There can be non-canon. The fans just want to touch it, Ayer tells EW. They love the characters. They just want to spend more time with it. And people are way more sophisticated about how movies are made and want to be participants in the journey. There's room for different things, different visions, different assets being shared with the audience. I think it just helps strengthen the community, but absolute credit to Warner Brothers for supporting Zack and having the courage to explore that. With the new extended Justice League finally out, DC fans have quickly pivoted to a new hashtag, release the Ayer Cut. Premiering in 2016, a year before Justice League, Suicide Squad, which starred Will Smith, Margot Robbie, and Jared Leto, made over $700 million worldwide, but was eviscerated by critics. In the aftermath, Ayer has admitted the film's flaws and that he'd do some things differently, including making Leto's Joker the primary villain. I know it's a controversial film. I really tried to make something different with a look and feel of its own, he wrote to a fan on Twitter. Nothing hurts more than to pick up a newspaper and see a couple of years of your blood, sweat, and tears ripped to shreds. The hate game is strong out there. Ironically, it was the lukewarm reception to Snyder's Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice and its dark, somber tone that seemed to lead to problems for Ayer and Suicide Squad. Through expensive reshoots, Warner Bros. Sought a last-minute swerve into being a more lighthearted film. I get it. It's a business, says Ayer, known primarily for gritty street dramas like Training Day, The Fast and the Furious, and End of Watch. It's frustrating because I made a really heartfelt drama and it got ripped to pieces and they tried to turn it into Deadpool, which it just wasn't supposed to be. And then you take the hit. You're the captain of the ship, my name was on it, laughs. Even though it didn't represent what I actually made, I would take all the bullets and be a good soldier. I made an amazing movie, it's an amazing movie. It just scared the shit out of the executives. For their part, Warner Bros. Has already moved on to a new Suicide Squad project, with the trailer dropping Friday for James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, and Warner Media Studios CEO Ann Stonoff recently telling Variety, we won't be developing David Ayer's cut. Ayer replied on social media to that declaration by simply asking why. And so we also ask why as well. Why? Why, Ann Sarnoff? Why? You definitely have something here that's mostly already done, and you just have to put a few more bucks into it and release it. You know, he's got a different David Ayer's cut here, right? He's got a different Suicide Squad version. And a lot of people also shouted out today for people who were lucky enough to see it. Says it's definitely better than what Warner Brothers had made him put out back in 2016. So let's see it. Let's see what he's got. But I think that's what the problem is. Warner Brothers is already pretty much ashamed that they put out the first Justice League, realizing that the one that Zack Snyder had done was the better version. And I think they're also going to realize that David Ayer's Suicide Squad is absolutely the better version as well. So please release the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. And I think that all comes with restore the Snyderverse, which goes into my next topic, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League, that's right. Let's see the numbers. Let's see the numbers. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Inside HBO Max reports that HBO's Tina film debut marks best premiere performance for a documentary on HBO Max with just 1.1 million viewers across all platforms this past Saturday night. Really? Wow. Congratulations to the people who made that film. I'm sure it's a great documentary. That's awesome. Great to see that. Great to see something like that. But, just this past Saturday night. And what day is it? It's just a few days. And you already have numbers. HBO Max has numbers for that documentary that came out. across all platforms. That's weird. That's pretty quick. That's cool. Oh, I guess it's easier because it's not a movie that you're trying to bury. Right? Justice League came out 2 weeks ago. And we still don't have numbers directly from HBO. But they put out numbers of a documentary that came out this past Saturday night, which is Sunday. It was like a few days ago. And they already got their numbers. You're seeing something here? Is something wrong here? Am I dreaming about this? Did they throw out numbers and we've all forgot? We didn't even see. We didn't even look. No. For whatever reason, they're not throwing out the numbers for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Something ain't right. Something ain't right about this. And I think someone up there has got to look into it. I really think so. Because it ain't right that we see numbers for, just like Wonder Woman 1984, numbers came out that weekend. Tina documentary came out this weekend. Zack Snyder's Justice League, not a single word from HBO, Warner Media, Warner Brothers about how well it did over that one weekend. We're already going to weekend 3, the Godzilla vs. Kong weekend. And I bet you, if Zack Snyder's Justice League numbers don't come out this week, they're going to have Godzilla vs. Kong numbers by Sunday or even Monday. What a shame. What a damn shame. But at least we can rely on some other numbers, and here's another one. Real good app. Snyder Cut fans rejoice. Zack Snyder's Justice League is still staying strong at number 1 for the week of March 22nd to 28th. But that's not all. Mads Mikkelsen and Tom Holland fans also have something to celebrate with another round and share in the top 5. But number 1, Zack Snyder's Justice League is still number 1, top 10 most watched on all streaming services this week, according to the That's Real Good. So that can show you the type of celebration that we should be seeing from Warner Media, and we're not getting that right now. But they're probably afraid how big this is going to be. And so, as if a little push for effort on getting something out there, Joe Manganiello posted this today, in fact, about an hour ago or two, and hashtag restore the Snyderverse, hashtag Deathstroke. Now, he's been really cool. He's been going to all these different podcasts, even shows. He was on ET, and he talked a lot about what he was supposed to have been in, right? He was supposed to be in that Batman versus Deathstroke movie. He was supposed to even be the villain in a Suicide Squad sequel, and he's supposed to be in like a Justice League 2, all these promises, and his own Deathstroke movie as well. So he had so many spin-offs and things he was supposed to go to, but it never happened, unfortunately, right? I feel really bad for the guy. So he gets to come back, and he thanks Zack Snyder for letting him come back into his universe to play Deathstroke again. And so I can really see Joe really championing this, because this is one of his opportunities that he never got to have. And now, with Zack Snyder's Justice League, he can probably start to have once again, once they restore the Snyderverse. So I can absolutely see why he's really pushing this. But also that this is a new picture. Zack probably gave it to him as one of the things at the additional photography shoots. So I'm really cool by that. Either Zack's putting it out there, or Joe's kind of like saying, hey, Zack, I want to push a little bit of my Deathstroke. Can I have a photo of him or something, or whatever? Let's put it out there. Let's get Restore the Snyderverse trending once again, or just make a lot of noise once again. That would be awesome. I think it would be awesome. I don't know if it's going to happen, but since he did this, wouldn't it be cool to have like Ben Affleck and Jared Leto, maybe even Amber Heard or Ray Fisher already did, but like Ezra Miller doesn't have social media, but like the people who are all at the additional photography just blast the internet with new pictures of themselves in additional photography and the nightmare versions of themselves, and they go restore the Snyderverse. That would be pretty sick. Is that going to happen? I don't know. But I love seeing this. I love that Joe is the fourth, I think it's the fourth person right now to actually post about it. I think Harry Lance did too. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I know Ray Porter did, Ray Fisher did, and Joe did, maybe Connie. I don't know who else had done Restore the Snyderverse, but there were quite a few, and it's great to see that support now. I really appreciate it, and we got to get them to break out those numbers. Get those numbers out, HBO Max. Get those numbers out, Warner Media. Come on. It's inevitable at this point. You can't ignore it. You cannot make it go away. The fans want it. The world wants it. We all want it. So let's make it happen. Restore the Snyderverse, indeed. All right, let's get into some members' comments and questions now. Like I said, if you want me to read your comment or question, members' comments question, please join down as a member and plug a comment or question. All right, the first comment is coming from Scythe Life. J.J. Abrams directed JL Incarnate. Oh, that would be pretty cool. So then you can have Calvin Ellis in it, right? Then that would make sense for that. I'll be honest, that Thundercats news made my heart sink. Recapturing the 80s series but with CGI? Why? There was a Thundercats series in 2011 that was really good. Why can't they continue with that aesthetic? Oh well. Which one was in 2011? Was there was one that was a weird looking cartoon. Was that 2011? I don't remember. Any goodness, Granny goodness. Sarnoff really needs to cough up those numbers, but they don't fit her narrative. Once again, bullheaded Warner Bros. Have a fight on their hands. Watching Zack's picks will help the Ayer cut. Hope so. Chris, your phone call skit is the best. Ever thought of doing it as a full video? Dave recently doing a phone call to Ann Sarnoff. I don't know. If you like that, I could pull the clips out for that. But yeah, I mean, Dave's one is really enjoyable. I like what he does. That's really cool. For me, I unscripted really, and I don't know sometimes the things I'm going to say, and I just go for it, and I just keep it. If you're reading this, Jason Kylar, please make The Rock head of DC Productions. He could be our Feige. Make Jim Lee's chief creating officer. Nothing could go wrong. Chiseled Feige. Ooh, that'd be a dangerous combination. Lightcast and Culture Nerd are also hinting that good things are coming. To be patient. Samba TV doesn't count repeat viewings either. Don't think it counts PS4s, PS5s, those kinds of devices, and of course doesn't count mobile devices unless you're casting. And guessing that with engagement being far higher than for Zack Snyder's Justice League than Wonder Woman 84, the total numbers will be higher than Wonder Woman. Anyway, it's really flawed data. If HBO Max didn't give us the real numbers, we'll never know those. Also, what about people who start the film and then finish it later? Exactly. There's so many different variables that they have to be pursued. And like I said, the 64% downloads, those were mobile. You add that to, like how you said, to Samba, it should be off the charts. After several times of watching, I'm getting the impression that Bruce and Harley may have become romantically involved at some point since she died in his arms. Thoughts? I mean, when the world literally is ending, I don't think Bruce would care anymore at that point about her criminal past. I mean, he has Joker on his team, for crying out loud. Harley clearly has the hots for both Batman and that hunky Wayne guy. And let's be real, it's Margot Robbie. She could have murdered my whole family. I would give her a pass. Dude. By the way, I have officially indoctrinated my father into our Snyder cult. Due to me always having you on the TV and him hearing you, he's quickly become a fan now as well. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Daddy Geek Haven. From what I'm hearing, McFarlane will be announcing Wave 2 for Zack Snyder's Justice League figurines next month. Which characters would you like to see added? I'm really hoping on the Nightmare Squad with current time variants. I want that as well. Or vice versa, the Martian Manhunter with Swanwick variant, or at least bonus head swap. One final update, Midtown Comics delivery scheduled to arrive April 2nd. Hope you like it. Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much. I truly appreciate it, man. And yeah, I would love a Nightmare Squad. You know that there was that fake Funko Pop with the Nightmare Squad, and I was so sad that was fake because I would have bought that immediately. I would like, yes, let's get that. But yeah. But about Bruce and Harley, I think that there is something. I mean, when she kissed back, when he was just trying to give her air, and she kissed back in the Suicide Squad, I was like, hey, that would be kind of something there. It could end up being kind of like that relationship where she has sex with Nightwing in that animated movie, but hey, you never know. Zack goes to many different places, and I won't be surprised if that was one of those places. Zack Rambo, brilliant. Yeah, I had a little fun with this, and I said, Warner Brothers drew first blood. Thundercats are cool, but I want live action Silverhawks. Yeah. That would be cool too. Seeing how it's kind of done with Wonder Woman's armor. Imagine that being silver, and for like the most of the movie, that would be pretty sweet. Henry deserves at least as many Superman appearances as Chris Reeve, the only true Superman. Likewise, Ben deserves at least as many as Christian Bale. These guys really are among the best of the best. Gal, Jason, Ray, and Ezra are taking new ground for their characters, and I hope they get to play them for a long, long time. But I want Ben and Henry to likewise get out of the shadow of their predecessors. Me too. I agree with that as well. Sorry, the kids outside playing, if you hear they're yelling. Restore the Snyderverse. Zack to Warner Brothers, I have the high ground. Hopefully, Walter Hamada and Toby Emmerich overestimates their power and their legs get taken out from under them. Yeah. Oh, someone should do that. Someone do a GIF of that or something and put their faces on it. It's incredibly interesting how Zack describes Justice League 2 as being mostly nightmare. The question continues to burn in my head. When will the film not be in the nightmare future? And what will be the context of cutting to and from the nightmare? And where will the film begin? In the present day with Clark Lois wedding? I could easily see the constant nightmare future sequences being exactly that, nightmares, visions tormenting Batfleck as he sleeps, especially poignant after a Batman vs. Deathstroke film where Bruce nearly lost so much to Slade's vendetta, and now with all that over, he's trying to return to positivity, especially in the context of the wedding. But those increasing visions of the future continue to make that nearly impossible. Ultimately, he can only turn to Victor, which of course has had the nightmare of his own in Justice League 1. With all that said and done, they have to put their heads together and figure out exactly what they've all seen truly indicates. Justice League 2 Nightmare. Yeah, so I think it's going to be very similar to the storyboards that we saw where they're trying to be a Justice League, and maybe that area is quicker in which they all go back to doing their own thing, and ultimately some of them die, and then the others, like Lois and her dying, and then you know the story, and then he turns into evil Superman, and then cut to Nightmare Future. So maybe like 3/4 of the movie is Nightmare, quarter is not Nightmare, or maybe even half, right? So who knows? Zack knows. I would definitely contact HBO Max. Do you know how we could go about doing so? Is there an email address we can all send our reason for joining HBO Max to restore the Snyderverse? I never looked into that one shot, but if you go online, I'm sure you can probably find HBO Max help or something, or something like that. I'm sure you can is able to find it. And if I find it, then I'll let you guys know. Are you excited about the Ghost of Tsushima movie that was announced with John Wick director attached, also restored Snyderverse? Yeah, funny you ask. I discovered that, and if you just watch the show and didn't skip to members, I did talk about the Ghost of Tsushima movie, and I'm excited for that because I love that game. I played it like night after night after night, and it's so much fun. And I just love that game. It's an awesome game, so I can't wait to see the movie for that. All right. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Be prepared for I don't know if I think the Godzilla vs. Kong review will come after this one. So this will probably go out first tonight, and then Godzilla vs. Kong review tomorrow, or 6 hours from whenever this drops. But thank you so much for watching again. And like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, get some t-shirts down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.